Welcome, everybody, back to Challenged Athletes Live. My name is Bob Babbit. I have the distinct pleasure to introduce one of my favorite people on the planet, Basketball Hall of Famer, Grateful Dead Hall of Famer, Challenged Athlete Foundation Hall of Famer, Mr. Bill Walton. Bill, how you doing?
I'm alive, Bob. Doing fantastic. Health is terrific. Family is fine. But we are so aware and so concerned about what's happening with the rest of the world. And fortunately, the Challenged Athletes Foundation delivers the perfect message, a message of hope, a message of health, community, and service in support of the needs of others. And that's why we're here today, to make sure that those are the most vulnerable among us do not get left behind, do not get ignored, because that is the true meaning of a team. And I'm not sure I've ever been on a better team than the Challenged Athletes Foundation, which is the ultimate medicine in life. I'm always sick. I'm always sick of something or somebody, Bob, but whenever I connect with the Challenged Athletes Foundation, I'm immediately healed. The greatest people, the greatest passion, the greatest purpose in my life. I am lucky to be alive. I'm lucky to be a member of this Challenged Athletes Foundation team, and mostly, I am honored and privileged to be your friend and your guest on this tremendous show, Bob.
Billy, why is it important now more than ever to support CAF and our athletes?
We can never lose focus of the big picture. COVID-19 is the single most daunting, fearsome, and challenging opponent adversary that I have ever faced. But the rest of life's challenges continue on. And so, yes, while people need to eat, yes, while people need their health care, people need participation in sports. People need to be a part of a team. It's what gives us our purpose in life. It's what enables us to build our own individual foundation of health. The strength of the team is the strength of the individual. And as we go through any challenge that we face, we have to always come back to the ultimate foundational pillar of what it is that makes us happy, that what it is that makes us a positive and valuable contributor to the team, and that is our health. Bob, as someone who has undergone 38 orthopedic operations, as someone who has had to start over 21 different times from the bottom because of my orthopedic health challenges, this is the first time that I've had to start over when I'm healthy. And so that puts an extra burden on me, because when you're injured and when you're the guy who's down and out, you have to be selfish to focus on yourself, because if you're not going to be able to get healthy yourself, you're really going to have a hard time. But as I'm healthy right now, as so many other people are still healthy, and we hope that continues, never forget all the people that have helped you along the way. And so that's why my life, Bob, which has gone from a life of curiosity and exploration and experimentation to hope, opportunity, and purpose, now my life is about pride, loyalty, and gratitude, that appreciation, acknowledgement, and respect for all the people that have given me my health, for all the people that have given me the platform to be a part of so many different fantastic opportunities in my life. But I don't ever take that for granted. I work on my health, I work on my team, I work on my community. I'm constantly looking for opportunities to serve the needs of others, and that's why I am here today as a member, a proud member, a lucky member, a fortunate member of the Challenged Athletes Foundation. So many different memories, Bob, all the events that we've done, and literally there's no way to count them, and there's no way to enumerate or to explain just the quantity of things and the scope of the help that the Challenged Athletes Foundation does. And really, when we sit here and ponder the nature of the universe and why we exist and where we're going and who we are, what do we stand for, when we get to the promised land, what are we going to do? What better place than the Challenged Athletes Foundation? A platform, a program, a team, a community that addresses everything that I believe in. And where else could you find finer people, more passionate people, or a finer purpose in life? The purpose of being able to lift someone else's spirit, give them an opportunity, give them a reason to keep going, and give them the opportunity to leverage the power and the value of sport. what sport means to all of us in our lives. It makes us feel great. It empowers us. It enables us. It gives us the self-esteem and the confidence. It gives us the freedom and the independence. But Bob, what it really does at the end of the day is, after an incredible moment of exhilaration and competition and training and preparation and discipline and sacrifice and honor and all the things that go into being a human being, to being a member of the world, to being a part of the Challenged Athletes Foundation, is that we get to look back and say, wow, I just did that. If I can do that, I can do anything. I get to ride my bike today. I get to go from here to there, and there's no way I can do any of those things without the Challenged Athletes Foundation.
Favorite memory, favorite CAF memory or moment?
Bob, I don't live in a qualitative binary decision-making world. I don't rank or rate these incredible moments in my life, but the time climbing Torrey Pines at the end of my first $1 Million Challenge ride, when Kelly was isolated all out there by herself, and I rode up behind her. She was crying and I was crying, and Kelly is just this incredible angel of mercy, just in a golden shaft of light. And Kelly's like the rest of us, except she's paralyzed from the waist down.
Yeah.
And so she had just come from San Francisco on her hand cycle, and oh my gosh. And so I started singing the songs. I started singing the Chimes of Freedom. I started singing Mission in the Rain. Some folks would be so happy just to have one dream come true. And Kelly, somehow, some way, she found it inside. Her equipment was maxed out, but it was her spirit and her soul. Or how about the time with Mac Johnson, when because of my love of date shakes, because of my love of the Jerry Garcia Highway, Interstate 8, through the deserts of southwestern Arizona, through a random, simple twist of fate, I came across Mac Johnson, who is just the most remarkable saint of circumstance, a spirit and soul, who sadly is in a wheelchair. He injured himself, very young man, handsome, articulate, studly dude, but he was sad. And I don't like sadness. I like joy. I like happiness. And so I asked Mac Johnson, who I didn't know, I'd never met before. I just asked him if I could buy him a date shake. And we sat down at Dateland, and the rest is history. And Mac is now just doing fantastic in life. But Billy Lister, the first day I met him, Lance Weir, Travis, it's a Scout Bassett, Sarah, and James. It's an endless list of people. And it's very much like the Grateful Dead. We all come for different reasons. But once we get there, we realize the common bonds that we have, and that is the search for a better tomorrow. And so we become friends, we become family, and we just keep working to make it better. And just like the Grateful Dead, every time that wheel goes round, we're bound to cover just a little more ground.
Billy, what does your bike mean to you?
My bike means everything to me, Bob, because my bike is the ultimate tool. It's a metaphor. It's an actual physical element in my life. It's sitting right over here over my right shoulder. And what it does is that it enables me to get to places that I cannot get to by myself, which is the ultimate story of life, which is the ultimate story of being part of a team. The strength of the team is the strength of the individual. But on the team concept, which the elements are friendship, loyalty, and cooperation, nobody makes it to the top of the mountain alone. And so I can't make it to any one of these places that you're seeing over my shoulder. I can't make it there by myself, but I can get there on my bike, and I've been to every one of these places on my bike. And knowing that I can do that is such a sense of joy, such a sense of independence, such a sense of relief that I know where to go to get better, because we're always facing challenges, and the challenges will not go away. But if you have the support of a team, if you have the support of a community, if you have the tools, and that's what the CAF does. They have this community, they have the coaching and the programs, they have the equipment and the endless grants, and to be there so many different times physically as opposed to virtually tonight, when you have the opportunity to witness what the equipment, what the tools, what the support, what the team means to somebody. Because hope is the ultimate destination for all of us. When we're seeking happiness in life, I have found my own journey runs through this course. Health, you have to have it. With it, anything is possible. Without it, you can't get anything done. Family, the team. Yes, we got to do this together. We're all in this together. And when we work together, anything is possible. And then your home, your sanctuary. And your home can be any place. It can be on your bike. It can be in your car. It can be at a concert. It could be in the library. That is much more a virtual reality than any place else. But that all leads, health, family, team, home, that leads to the hope and dream that tomorrow is going to be better. And hope dies last. I had the privilege and honor in my life years ago of knowing and being with Studs Terkel, who wrote about the tragedies of his times. And he went out and he understood, as so many of the great master teachers do, that it's super easy to sit around and whine, complain, and make excuses. But who can do something about the challenges that we face? We are people of action. We're not waiting around. We're going to do something, and that's what the genesis of the Challenged Athletes Foundation was decades ago. I'm sorry I was late to the party, but I was wandering days aimlessly confused in the desert. I found the Challenged Athletes Foundation right after my spine surgery, and it has been instrumental, absolutely critical, and a foundational pillar of everything that I now live for, believe in, and try to spread the message of this is something really special, man, CAF. And you look at all the partners, the corporate sponsors, you look at the people involved, and you look at the pureness of the passionate purpose of what we are trying to do. And when I see Jeffrey Issakow, and when I see Rick Kozlowski, and when I see Bob Babbit, I know I have found the true saints of circumstance in my life, and I have made it to the promised land. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I am a challenged athlete.
Billy, one of my favorite moments, $1 Million Challenge. There's rain, there's wind, there's locusts, there's hail. Every day was worse than the next. And people were starting to whine a little bit, getting up in the morning, going, I can't believe I'm riding in this. And Bill Walton, who was fresh off of not being able to do anything, you got up that morning while everybody was sort of whining and worried about going outside in the cold and the wet and the rain, put your arms up over your head and said the magic words, I get to ride my bike today.
And so, Bob, I've spent half my adult life in the hospital. I've spent most of my adult life in constant chronic pain. Now, all that is gone. And that is gone because of the sacrifice, the discipline, and the honor and the leadership of other people and the help of other people. And so when I was lying there going through all the incredible emotional pitfalls of life, of thinking you're going to die, of wanting to die, of, oh my gosh, I'm going to live and this is what I'm stuck with. And I just kept asking myself, wow, if I ever get better, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And so I did get better. It was slow. It was hard. It was the toughest thing I ever did until this COVID-19 deal, which has not impacted me as directly, but I'm a team guy. And so what happens to my neighbor, what happens to my friend, what happens to my family, what happens to my teammate does impact me. Yes. As a young boy growing up, Bill Russell was my favorite player ever, on and off the court. Still is to this day. And what I loved about Bill Russell was that his stated goal was that every moment, every breathing, conscious moment was spent in figuring out how he could make other people's dreams come true. And so while I'm lying there just wallowing in the muck of life, I'm asking myself, okay, what happens if I ever get better? And then I did slowly start to get better. And then I found the Challenged Athlete Foundation. And here I was able to understand and embrace that so many other people are out there in so many similar situations where they just don't believe, they don't think it's worth the effort and the fight that it takes, and they don't have any hope in their life, they don't have any purpose or mission or passion. And then I found the Challenged Athletes Foundation, and it was the perfect platform, the ultimate springboard to just, wow, let's get going here. And I have not slowed down, I have not blinked, and I am full speed ahead. To be a member of this family, to be able to lift the burden, to be able to understand the responsibility and duty and the privilege that we have as healthy human beings to work with those who are desperately in need of just that little helping hand. And as I study history, as I look through all the different people who have made it to the top, the stories, Bob, are incredible. Whether it's the Challenged Athletes Foundation, whether it's business, sports, arts, it all rolls into one. It's life. Every time in life, someone who really makes it, somewhere along the way, some complete stranger has appeared out of nowhere in a random, simple twist of fate and just given them that little extra bit of encouragement, resource, consciousness, awareness, and love. And so as we move forward here and we look at all the things that we're facing right now and the challenges and the daunting opponent that we're facing in COVID-19, never forget that it's all about the foundation, because the world that everybody seems to be missing out there is the celebration at the top. Celebration at the top comes from a solid foundation at the bottom. And that comes from the strength, the individual health of every single member of our community. And to watch the people in the Challenged Athletes Foundation and how hard they all work and whatever it is they're doing to build their lives, to create their world, to chase their dream, to make the world a better place, understanding that their challenges are challenges. I'm a challenged athlete. You're a challenged athlete. We're all challenged athletes. Some of you just don't realize it yet. But those challenges get harder as we get older. And so that's when everybody has to stick together more. And when you face challenges, don't think it's about minor adjustments on the perimeter. It's about coming back to our foundational core, who we are, what we stand for, where we're going, what we're going to do when we get there. And that's why I am here with the Challenged Athletes Foundation, with our incredible team, a team that can do anything, that will do anything. And we see that every single day. And there is nothing better in life than to see someone else succeed. True. Particularly when that success is the result of a team effort, collective sense of effort and purpose. And then there's the acknowledgement to the help that's been provided along the way. And that's what I live for, and that's why I love all things Challenged Athletes Foundation. Yeah, CAF, the greatest medicine in the world.
Billy, you are the absolute best. Thank you for taking time, bud, to come on Challenged Athletes Live. What a treat. And you are that person who has helped so many others. We love having you part of the CAF family.
I love the CAF. We will get by. We will survive. We are alive. We are the Challenged Athletes Foundation.
Bill Walton has been our guest again at Challenged Athletes Live. Billy, thanks so much, brother.